What's up, guys? I'm the Wrestlegamer. Welcome back to Let's Play Battleship Bishojo right here on the arcade. On the last episode, we kind of ran into what appears to be Katsu's rival here on the seas by the name of Zoe. Really don't know what to make of her, other than she's a pink-haired girl who also has a enormous set, if you know what I mean. But anyway, Sophie and the others found a mattress for Daiki, so he was about to go to sleep. It was one of those nights. It was one of those nights. I mean, usually I had these nights anyway, but last night I got relief because of the whole blacking out due to drowning thing. I need to learn to read, but tonight they were back. I wouldn't call them nightmares per se, but they were always vivid. Me in a room. Sometimes a room I recognize, sometimes not. And I just sat there at a table or at the phone, and my dad was there. And we would just talk. Nothing insanely really ever happened in those dreams, but it always sort of hurt to wake up in the morning for whatever reason. Well, today that pain came from the sudden bang of the door nearby. All right, up. Rise and shine or whatever you want to hear. We got stuff to do today, Daiki. Important stuff. Get on the top deck and I'll give you your orders. Lovely. No sass today, sir. You got your day's worth yesterday, so you can give it a break now. Well, that's a bit of a tall order, Captain, I'm afraid. Keep it to yourself at the very least. Now get up and on board, all right? I grunted and rolled my way out of bed, slowly standing. Sleeping in the same clothes for who knows how long, it was going to be quite the experience. I did as I was told, making my way to the front deck, wiping the sleep out of my eyes on the way. The whole crew was there, all three of them in a line, with Katsu in front tapping her foot impatiently. I stood there at the end next to Olivia. She looked over at me and gave me a slight nod before Katsu started to speak. Alright everyone, from the looks of the Mahoko, we are right within the vicinity of the Zogame. Now, we all know how much this one is worth, but I feel as if I should fill in the new recruit. I pointed at myself sarcastically. Katsu rolled her eyes and nodded. Listen, the last thing we need is the Zogame getting away. We find and capture this thing and we make bank easily. And we already got Zoe and her goons trying to budge their way in on our bounty. So I suggest we keep it all together while we make our way out there. Daiki, you know your way around a ship, obviously, am I correct? I know enough, I guess. I hope for your sake that enough is really enough. She paced back and forth, twirling her blade casually as she thought of what to say next. With all that in mind, I don't expect a single mistake from any of you. You got it? Olivia, you man the engines as usual. Make sure everything keeps up no matter how rough the waters. Miyoko, you'll be with Sophie manning the sails. I'll be up front on steering. And Daiki, she hesitated, scratching her head blankly for a moment. I suppose you can be the lookout, since that's usually Miyoko's job when she's not tending to injuries. Alright, sounds easy enough. That's because it is. Now everybody form up, we have a Zogame to catch. With that, the whole crew went their separate ways. Olivia headed back down to the engine room. And Miyoko and Sophie set off to the sails. And while Katsu and I made our way to the bridge. She handed me a small golden-colored telescope, one that you would pull out in segments. I put it to my eye and looked out at the horizon. A blue sky divided in half by a blue sea was all I really saw at the moment. So what am I looking for here? The Zogame is a large sea turtle. Rumors have that it's as big as an entire cruise liner. Others say a small island, and some just about as big as this ship. So either way, this thing is going to be a pain in the butt to get back to land, basically. Should be interesting. We sailed on for a bit, my eye out on the horizon with the telescope. Katsu was barking orders back at Miyoko and Sophie as she steered their way in the direction that the Mahoko displayed. Suddenly my eyes caught a glimpse of something. A green-tinted silhouette on the horizon. I think we got us something. I think you may be right. I looked over to see her compass glowing brightly, pointing directly towards where I was looking before. She smirked. This overgrown turtle is as good as ours. With that, we were full speed ahead. The Zogame didn't seem to move all that much, making the journey even easier than I anticipated. Within 5 minutes, we reached our destination. What? I thought she was supposed to be a turtle. This creature was indeed large, impressively so. Just a hair larger than the ship. It drifted lazily along the waters. Katsu wasted no time as the ship approached and launched herself off the front, landing on the back of it. Whoa, hey, wait up! Not wanting to miss out on the action, I made my way to the very end of the bow and then hesitated. The gap between the ship and the Zogame seemed bigger than I anticipated. And with that hesitation, the huge creature turned around, its face directly in mine. Oh crap. Why, hello there. That voice came from the creature in front of me. It was very light and eerie, and very calm. It talks? Why, of course. Most of us sea dwellers can. News to me, really. Danke, quit consorting with the enemy. Enemy, Captain? It's a giant sea turtle. I have a name, you know. Yes, and it's very clever, but we didn't come here to make friends. That's a shame. It gets quite lonely out here in the middle of the ocean at times. But I have to say, I quite enjoy the solitude for the most part. Yes, well, you see, we sort of kind of have to, capture you now. And how do you plan on that? Well, that wasn't really my plan. Daiki, what the heck are you doing? Why are you just telling it our entire plan? Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I'm afraid I have places to be. Wait, no, hold on. Just like that, the creature began to sink down out of sight. Luckily, Katsu had sensed that this would happen and managed to jump her way back onto the ship, if only just barely. Within minutes, however, the Zogame had completely vanished beneath the waves. So, now what? Felt a quick strike to my head, nearly knocking me over. Smooth moves, dummy! I almost had the thing, and you just had to blather out big plans. So what was your plan to capture it exactly? A net? A cage? A capture capsule? Or whatever they use in that one anime with the monsters and the... I don't know what you're on about, but you're probably not even supposed to mention it anyway, so shut it. Look, I didn't have the best plan, but it was worth a shot. If I had just a few more minutes, I would have had it hooked onto the ship with a tether. We would have drifted it straight to land and gotten our reward, where the villagers would have figured it out from there. Gotcha. I mean, it would have been tough, but it could have worked. Sure, there might have been some logistics with a creature of that size, but in situations like this, you act first and ask questions later. Yeah, so... have you actually captured anything before? You haven't, have you? It's not for lack of trying, okay? We've been out at sea for almost a year now, catching small bounties to make enough money to get by. But as for the legendary myths like that, no. We haven't gotten lucky as of yet. Oh, I see. What? Dunno, guess I'm just disappointed is all. Disappointed? In what? You all take yourselves so seriously, and yet you haven't caught anything significant in these waters that are apparently just bursting with huge mythical creatures. Listen here, you. She stepped up to me and took me by the collar, lifting me up and staring daggers into my eyes. I didn't come all this way just to be mocked by some clueless drifter. Now, do you have any other snide comments before I toss you overboard? Katsu! The soft squeak of a voice popped up as the first mate rushed over, wrenching me out of Katsu's grip. I backed away, adjusting my shirt and coughing a bit. Easy now, last thing you want to do is anything unsavory. The only unsavory thing I have done so far is letting this urchin on board our ship. He's just worried, Katsu. He just got on here yesterday and he didn't sign up for this. He has no way home, no way off, and he's stuck with us for now. So just calm down and let us get to land. We'll figure out what to do from there, okay? Katsu said nothing for the longest time. She just looked away from both of us for a moment before letting out a and storming off to the bottom decks. I sighed. Thank you, Sophie, for de-escalating that. I appreciate it. You better watch yourself, Daiki. I can only do so much before she starts acting on her own. I know you don't necessarily like being here, but you're here. And you need to start following the rules. I never said anything about hating it on here. It's been like an extended vacation, really. And I don't even know the rules of the ship anyway, so how? I'm sure whatever dimension you're from also has you respect your higher-ups, Daiki. Whether you like it or not, Katsu is the captain of this ship. And you should treat her with more respect from now on. With that, Sophie walked away, back to the main deck to do some cleaning, silently. I sighed, making my way to my room with the sun setting. It had been a long, tiring trip to the Zogame, even if it was pretty straightforward. As I sat there, I heard a knock at my door. I turned, seeing Olivia at my doorway. Hey, what's up? I heard you scared off the Zogame. Oh, yeah, not really in the mood to talk about that. I understand, She stood there in silence for a bit. I just looked up at the floor, expecting her to walk away any minute. Look, Daiki, I know how Katsu can be. Just remember she's trying really hard, okay? What are you getting at? Every person on board this ship has messed up at some point on these adventures. We've all got chewed out for it, same as you. But still somehow, we still somehow managed to become friends through it all. I looked up at her. She was smiling. I liked her smile. So just hang in there, alright? And think about it. About what? You know exactly what I mean, Daiki. Good night. Night, Olivia. I smiled, tossing off my shirt and climbing into bed. Well, before we get into the next day, guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode. If you guys like this video, be sure you slam that like button, like a champ, and if you guys want to see more of Battleship Bishojo right here in the arcade, you know the two ways you got to do it. You got to leg drop the subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on notifications so that way you guys never miss out on another video here on my channel. So with that being said, I'm your friendly neighborhood Wrestlegamer, reminding all of you out there to stay awesome. Bye, guys!